Hey everybody, welcome to Brazil. We are at the Hotel Transamerica, same place we left off last time, and we are going to be heading from here northwards along the coast again to Arcoverde, which is slightly more inland. It's about 430 miles up north. It's a little bit more inland from the coast than we are now, but that's going to be our jumping off point for our third and last leg, which is actually going to take us out to an island in the Atlantic off the coast of Brazil. So we're going to be crossing over, it looks like crossing over the Amazon and some other neat scenery. So it's a pretty nice day here, a little bit of a breeze, but other than that, it should be a good day for flying. So let's hop once again into the Piper PA-44 and we will get ourselves up and going. Alright, everything is set, so let's get down here. We will get the fuel open for both sides. Get rid of this. Alright, let's get the engine masters on. We'll mixture rich on engine number 1. Props fully forward, slight cracking of the throttle. We will turn the left fuel pump on, priming the engine. Turn all the mags on. And starting engine number 1. Alright, we have a good start on engine number 1. So we'll turn the fuel pump on for number 2. Priming engine number 2. And starting engine number 2. Oop. Oh. Yeah, this mixture would help. There we go. So it's engine number 2 up and running. We'll turn on our systems, and we'll make sure all our lights are now on. So we'll turn our nav lights on, our strobe lights are on. Recognition lights will turn on, landing lights will keep off at the moment. Flight directors are on. And radio masters on. Engines are warming up. Fuel pumps will come off. We are good and everything is good there. So again, we look at the map. We're going to take off to the north, and we're basically going to just head up and continue heading up along the coast here. Just wind that out. It's very good, and everything is set. Alright. So now, if I just stop that there for a second. If I go over to my charts and get my low en route, do we have a VOR I can dial into? Yes, we do. So that is an NDB. That is a VOR. So 116.5. Alright, so 116.5. So we're going to come over here to nav mode 11. I'm just going to stop that moving around at the moment. 116.5 is the nav we're going to be going for. All right. that should give us distance information and everything here as we head up the coast. Still not entirely sure about how to use the HSI. I never used one in real life. It was always just a directional gyro. So rather interesting. So we have as well an NDB on at 305. So if we come over here and dial in 305, and we change that, we say that is off on a let's make it a .330 from us. We'll see what that comes up and says. Anyway, I think the engines are warmed up enough now that we are good to taxi. Let's get ourselves recentered here, and we will taxi around to the runway. So there's nobody beside us. We got that guy over there in the 172. A little bit of power. Go. So while we head over there, we'll put on the landing lights, and we'll go for a notch on the flaps. No inbound traffic. So again, it's going to be the same practice. We're going to climb out about 400 feet. We'll go back to 25 and 25, and or otherwise known as 25 squared. And we'll climb out with that, and then once in cruise, we'll go to 22, 22, and then mixture back. And where should we go to go? We've got full tanks today. I only took about 85% yesterday, and we ran pretty close to empty on our way here. So I filled the tanks today. Because we're not quite going as far as yesterday, but I think given our we're going to follow the coast and then head into the airport, we may be actually traveling a bit further over the ground, even though it's slightly less straight line. There's the lights. It's looking like a very nice day. It's hot though, as you would expect. Spun around here. go. We're going to be going up to 4,000 feet. And we should be all set and ready to go. Alright, so engines up. And full power. Just keep it around the center line. $50 knots. 60 knots, pulling back, 75 knots, and we're up. Positive rate, gear up. Bit of a steeper climb to get us out of here. We want to make sure we cut clear the trees. It's about 500 feet, flaps coming up. Autopilot on, vertical speed mode coming on. And we are climbing. Lovely. 1,000 feet. Okay, we got some low cloud, but not too much. Enough to make it interesting. It's 1,500 feet. So we could be punching in and out of some small clouds. Anyway, we'll turn the landing lights off. Beacons are on, strobes on, nav lights are on. It's looking good. A little dark in here, so we'll give a little bit of illumination to the lights. Feet coming up, and we're starting to get a little bit above that lower cloud layer. So we may be popping in and out of some light cloud. There's no altitude capture in this airplane, so what we're going to do when we hit 4,000 feet, actually what I did forget to do is come back to 25 and 25. A little bit of overtaxing on the engines there. We're going to hit altitude mode. At 4,000 feet. didn't want to catch it using my multi-panel. So what we're going to do is we're going to go... no, get you back on. We're going to go down a little bit until we get back to 4,000 feet. I do want to stay there. And we're going to power back to 22 and 22. There we go. And again, you normally do this at the same time with both engines. There we have 4,000 feet. All right. So we're in cruise power. We're level at 4,000 feet. We should have a decent... I wish there was a fuel flow meter in here. Should have a decent fuel flow for the flight. And we will now... mixture back. Just watching for that drop on the EGT. Right about there. Decrease our fuel flow. Maximum performance out of the engine. One more notch or two back on the power. There we go. All right, so we're 138 nautical miles to the VOR I put in. We're traveling at we're doing 135 over the ground, which is good. Pretty much what we're reading in our airspeed. And it'll take us 61 minutes to get there. That's kind of how we're navigating up today. Although, like I said, more or less we're just following the coast, as you can see. So we'll leave you now. We will get back to you as we come up to the airfield we're going to be landing at, and I will leave you with more views and sights of Brazil. Looks like we've got some more cloud today, definitely. Should still be interesting. See you in a bit. Hey everybody, welcome back to the cockpit. We're heading into the interior of Brazil now. We're about 100 miles in from the coast. The terrain has gotten higher. I've had to go up to 5,000 feet just because the train's rising and we got some hills. Airport elevation's actually about 2,100 feet, so our circuit height's going to be 3,100. So I wanted a little bit of space because some of these hills are poking up, and I think we're going to be flying into a little bit of a depression, so I had to make sure we could clear what we're headed for. As you can see, we're heading 034 right now, and we're almost due east of the town, and then the airfield's just on the other side of the town. Runway we're going to be landing on is 33, so we are almost flying runway heading. So basically we're going to turn west, overfly the airfield, and go into a left circuit for runway 33. I think we pretty much do that right now. Start heading west. There's kind of the main road going up. There's a couple little towns we're going to go past. Looks like Mimoso and Caribas will be coming up. And then Arcoverde is the main town, which is going to be ahead of us. But the terrain has changed a little bit. So we're going to want to be at 3,100 feet by the time we get to the airport. So there's 10 miles. So we're going to start heading down. Feet per minute's good. We'll come back slightly on the power just so we don't get going too fast. We're back to about 1900 on the manifold pressure. Doing good fuel wise on this trip, only burned about half of it. See the town coming up there in the valley at the end of this run here, and the airport, just looking at the map, is on the other side of it. So we may extend ourselves out and around to get around these hills. We'll get a closer look when we get there. We may fly south a bit further and give ourselves a longer approach. But the weather's been fairly stable. Saw a little bit of lightning on the way up. But the cloud cover's been pretty consistent. Yeah, and there's the town coming into view. We'll hold at 4,000. Until we get closer and see what the terrain is like, because you can see these hills are starting to get up a little bit close. for the airfield. There it is right there. Alright, so the map has me off slightly. So there's the airfield there. Alright, so we're going to basically come up this valley and in. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so I'm going to hold our altitude here. Flying over the town. Let's get some better landmarks here than at the last one. Alright, so 150. Roughly put us on a reciprocal. There we go. Just keeping the terrain in consideration. You can see how close we are here. We're going to go over this ridge and then we'll make our turn in. So we'll do our check. So masters are on, mags are on, radio avionics are all on, mixture is going full forward, props are going full forward. And we will put the landing lights will come on. Speed's coming down. Dropping the gear. 1 notch of flaps. Gear down, 3 green. Speed is coming back. And we're over that hill. Autopilot's off. Trim for about 80 knots. Flaps 2. We're basically going to fly up the valley here and then come in and land it. So we're trimmed for about 80 knots. And now we'll use power to control our pitch. So 2,100 feet is the runway altitude. more trim. Feet above. Let's get over the hill here. Slowly descending. Not sure if they've got lights here or not. Airport's in sight. The runway is in sight. And we want to hold it right up that same distance above the glare shield all the way down. Alright, that will let us know if we are above or below the glide path to the end of the runway. So if it's moving down towards the glare shield, we're high, so we want to reduce power. If it's moving up, we are low and we want to add power. And the aircraft is pitched for 80 knots. And just confirm gear down 3 green, flaps are down, seatbelts are done, doors. You can see we're getting really high here, so we'll come back on the power. There we go, looking good. Watch the airspeed. Over the building. Kill the throttles, look at the horizon, and let her touch down. There we go. Never look at the runway right in front of you. You always want to be looking at the horizon. If you look at the runway right in front of you, you're just going to fly the plane right into the ground. Alright, we'll let her roll slowly on the brakes. Just ease her over to the left side, and we will turn to the right to swing us around. Turned around here. There we go. A little bit of power. We'll head back up to the other end. Or to the middle where the ramp is anyway. Don't have an airport diagram for here. See the ramp over there where we're headed. So while we're doing this, we'll put the flaps up. Manual flaps, no power flaps. We got to pull the lever, and it lifts everything up for us. And in case anyone's curious, these are 180 horsepower Lycoming engines. So we have 360 horsepower total in this aircraft. Looks like the wind was blowing the other way. Oh well, live and learn. Didn't appear to be that strong a wind. Didn't really cause us much issue either. Alright, so we're going to go over here to the right. And we'll park beside the... I don't know what that is. Piper? Looks like a Arrow. Cherokee. Alright. Put her in here beside him. Right about here. And up to the line. We are set. So parking brake goes on. Everything is good. So mixture comes off on the engines. Propellers are fully forward. All the lights will come off. Thank you. Flight directors off. Masters are all off. Avionics are off. And we are shut down. Oh, what a beautiful airport. And look at the countryside we are sitting in here. Nice little valley there. Got the town beside us. It's fantastic. So anyway, that was leg 2 of our 3-leg trip through Brazil. Hope you'll join us for the next one. If you like what I'm doing, please hit the subscribe button, like, bell notification, all that good stuff. If you have a route you'd like me to do and you want to see, or an airport or a pair of airports, let me know in the comments. I take a look at it, and if I can figure out how to do it, I will do it like I'm doing with this one. We'll see you then for the next one. Bye for now.